Jigsaw 360 here. Here, now you can see that. Jigsaw 360 with a very fake looking bird in the sky. Otherwise, lovely. So, got accessibility options. Remotely position the puzzle and pieces using laser pointer and rotate them with your thumbsticks. I've never tried that actually. Weird. Okay, sticky keys, tap buttons to grab and again to release, so you don't have to hold. I got it. Reclining, laying down. Now that's nice, because you can kick back. It says, lie down and get comfortable. Boom. So, comes with all these preloaded things. That's very serene, although very gray. These are all 360 photos, obviously. So, sleepy me. You can do that. You can do any of their pre-existing ones. You can click this and it'll go to the browser and bring you to some pages where you can try to download some photos. I'm not sure if that just brings up directions or not, but essentially, if you know how to plug your system into your computer with just a USB cable, you can transfer any photos you want to the system by plugging a USB into the side of your headset and into the computer, and put the headset on, because you gotta say yes, it's okay to access. There's a pop-up that comes up, but then you can basically use your headset like any USB drive and just drop photos into it. Then you go here and you can pick your own photos. So I have photos here, and let's see what's appropriate. So I'm just gonna turn the sounds down for a minute while we do some puzzling. So I've actually just made a puzzle out of one of my oil paintings. Got a little couple on the beach here. Little nudist couple, of course. Now, there's a couple aspects to this. You got your puzzle tray here. And you have up here is your actual board that you're supposed to put the puzzle on. But, and kind of have a little picture on the bubble there. And the picture is surrounding me as well here. Oh, there's a little couple. So, I could use this, but I don't want to. And you can also, here, take away the background image or, brighten it, whatever you want. You can affect snap strength, but I strongly encourage having that turned all the way up. Movement smoothing should definitely be all the way turned up. Otherwise, it kind of like drags your pieces behind you. Very strange. This, can't see it right now. This actually affects where you put the pieces, and you could see all the white borders. So you can just show the edge of the thing and not all the pieces. We can get rid of the background, I guess, entirely if we wanted, rather than just dim it. Disable vibration, or only do yaw and pitch rotation, which is for there's puzzles that are like a ball. And so when you grab the ball that's in the center, you can spin, 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 and your whole background spins. But I think it would be very hard to do the puzzle if you couldn't twist every which way. Anyhow, turn those down so that I can talk and it's not loud. So I was having several repeated issues, and I was just going to show some of those here if they will work for me. And if they won't work, then I'll show you how this is supposed to work. Let's see, this is a good one here. That clearly goes there. There's no question. It's not even vague. And you can see that I'm pulling the whole puzzle because it wants to go there, but it won't. So what's supposed to happen is you put it near where it's supposed to go, and it's supposed to pull itself into position and click into place. Now, in the past, I've struggled, fight with these things, and a lot of times I will just drop everything back to the blackboard and then pull it back up and keep trying, and usually that'll get it to work eventually. But I just found a really good trick. I'm going to go to Settings, close Settings, and boom, you see a little guy went into place. It hasn't clicked yet. Now I'm just going to go a real quick click on that background. And I guess when I turned off the music, I turned off the click effect too. So let's try ever so slightly. But it did click into place because now I can turn this and it stays with it. Let's see. Where's another obvious little fella? I guess those are all going to be dark, so it's got to be one of those guys. Just looking for the ones that'll fit here and here. Whoa. So spinning that little sucker. Whoa, man, that one's got a good pull. Oh, and then it stops. Ooh, there we go. So see, by readjusting, sometimes it'll go into place. Now it's still clicked. Ooh, it didn't click there either. Which part of this? Maybe background sounds, I guess. So let's get rid of the music. Now with the background sounds, you do have nature, rain, and waves. I'm a Florida beach boy, so I like my waves. Alright, let's try this again, see if we can get our little click here. Oh, that goes there. And it stopped again. Come on. I know you want to be in place. I love how it just magically is in spot after you come back from settings. Click. There we go. We got the little click. So, cool thing about this, you get to use any photo you want and make either a flat puzzle or a puzzle like this, where you are literally, you have a dome, and it won't be that whole big dome. It's not like you're sitting in the middle of this giant puzzle, but you will have a ball like this, and it'll look like that, and it'll have one of these in the middle, and you'll be able to grab it and spin it and put your pieces in the ball wherever you want. Well, not wherever you want, where they go. So that's a possibility too. And you can like this photo here. Well, let me just. So when I did this photo, it is of a actual physical oil painting I did, and in my phone I put a thing on the top, and it's not a circle. What it is it goes from here over, and so that just says nude beach, and then down there, only in a dream. That's what I wrote. Only in a dream. So that goes right here, and it's kind of a bottom bar. So the way I found to make this happen, because the way this works is you put the photo in the system, and it has to fit a mold. There's one mold, and it has to fit it, and it's really long and only yay tall. So what I found is, I believe it's 2000 by 780. So if I make an image 2000 by 780, then I add some border to the top and bottom to make it a perfect 2000 by 1000. I can take that image, put it in here, and it'll come out perfectly. And because, yeah, right here, you cannot see any of this multicolored, or not, well, not multicolored, but the teal. You can't see the teal border because it cuts it off perfectly at that level. However, this is the photo, and you can see that it's there. So that works out. Now, what happens if you don't do that is it adds, it's silly. It kind of shrinks the image a little and adds this multicolor border all the way around it. And so you're doing like a whole row of pieces that is just waste pieces, has nothing to do with your image. And it's just like a rainbow threw up on it and they shoved it in there. And so when I actually had an opportunity to message the developer guy, and he roundabout said, well, it has to be about twice as wide as it is tall. And I did that for some images, and I got a lot of them that were cut off, and I was really frustrated. So I just sat here one day, because I found out I could plug my phone directly into the headset with a USB-C. So once I figured out how to drag and drop files from the phone to the headset, which took a minute, boy, that really opened up the possibility. So then I started making images that were specifically designed like a graph, so I could see how far up and how far out. And I nailed that. So I actually made a note on my phone, which I can read here. Like the first one, like I said, was 2000 by 780, then center it on a 2000 by 1000. Second one, 4000 by 1560, centered on 4 by 2000. And then for the smaller size, 1000 by 390, centered on 1000 by 500. So once I had the initial ratio of the 2000 by 780, you just do a little ratio math there and basically scale it up or scale it down however you wanted. But I figured those three sizes will be sufficient for most instances. And I have tried them all, and they all worked. I think one of those sizes, you got the tiniest little border of that, just edge, but it wasn't enough to bother me. I wasn't doing whole pieces of junk. So this is what I'm saying is this game takes a little effort. But it is super cool. So, imagine your home photos, imagine your significant others, your children, your dog, your cat, your vacation, your art, whatever you want. Imagine it here. Maybe whatever. You want some, you could do like movie stuff, game stuff, doesn't matter. Anything you wanted. Put it right here. It's fine. Make a puzzle out of it. So that's pretty cool. As far as I know, there is no other way to do that on Oculus Quest 2. And that is what makes this game and all its quirks worthwhile. Some of the other quirks I will say, you take this and you want to put it back on the board. Now, over here, return to tray, and over here, return to tray. I never use those. They're out of my vision. I hit them by accident sometimes, and that's annoying. You can see it kind of starts sucking the puzzle in. Usually, I just use the button, and I click, and bam, it's there. Now, annoyance here is that I actually had to put all these pieces over here to get them out of my way. And once you organize them here, then they go back to where they were. So even though they're all connected, they don't stay connected. And say on like the other and the #1 puzzle game on the system, Puzzling Places, this frame would shrink down into a little thing that then had a border around it, and you could just boop. And right there you would have a super tiny little puzzle that was this whole thing framed up really nice. So you can hit the A or X button here, depending on your controller, to move these guys around. And even if they're, say, connected, you can still move them around. But you can only do it to one piece at a time. So you have to, mess that up. Have to kind of play here and go back and forth with it, which honestly is silly and annoying. I think I should be able to double fist this sucker, you know? Other than that, as you pull them off the board, 1, 2, now first one goes away. You can only literally have 2 little pieces at one go. And for me, I'm used to puzzling places. I can pull like 400 pieces off the wall and manipulate them in a 3D environment, and it works and it's fine. The fact that I can't do it here is kind of annoying. Really annoying, I guess I should say. It's just the kind of thing that should be made to happen. And these puzzles, they max out at 200 pieces. So going from 400 three-dimensional pieces in a kind of a free 3D space where you can move about and put them however you want, to a flat wall of 200 and only being able to take 2 off at a time, I don't know. See, I don't understand why that's a limitation. I am not a programmer, so I'm not going to knock it. I don't know how hard this poor guy had to work to make this work. And I do really love that he made it work, even if it's not exactly as wonderful, as amazing as I wish it was. But it is still super cool. And I have done so many cool photos already. Some of my own artwork. And I actually have a camera that takes images like this, where it's a big ball. And it's not the best one ever. It's pretty old and it's, mediocre. So it's still cool because now I have a purpose for it and I can just take those photos. But just by adding that border on the top and bottom and putting it using a regular photo, say like a panoramics kind of regular photo, I can throw that in here too, and it looks just as good almost in the ball form. So nearly done. A couple more pieces. Still struggling. Love that trick though. Click. Doesn't always work. I have found there are times it won't work. Click. Alright. This is a first, by the way. I have never assembled this like this before. I've always used the board, maybe put some pieces together and then put them on the board. But I thought to the other day, I bet if I do this in chunks, it'll work. And it does. Hard to tell if it slows the game down anymore. I think that the pieces do click together better using the board, but every problem I've shown you occurs with or without the board. So just the fact that I did it here without using the board, you will still encounter these problems, and they can still be resolved the same way. And now for the grand finale. Oh! Yay! Complete 10 images and 8 complexity levels. Complete 10 images at every complexity level. So I've done everything on 200 with the exception of some of those, the ones that I made that were test puzzles. Those I did on a very, very tiny amount of pieces. So that's why I'm only at 12%, but I've done a ton of puzzles. And again, I just haven't done a lot of complexities. This was the first one I did this at 162 pieces, I think. Boy, that really looks three-dimensional too. That's pretty good. I like that. You know, when I do oil painting, some of the oil paint comes up and off the canvas, and so the stuff that looks like it's textured, it really is textured on the puzzle, and like those little yellow highlights on the bush. Hi, bye, little naked couple. Yeah, cool. It's super exciting. So, all done with puzzle. Let's click our little thing and do another thing. Same puzzle. So 1832, 50, 72, 98, 128, 162, 200. So let's just do a tiny amount. Spherical. Ball. Whoa. And this is why they tell you you cannot have pitch and yaw if you want, because that's going to make a lot of people sick. Doesn't bother me. Yay. Some things do, that does not. Don't know why. Now we have this, and well, I guess we can look around here. So where's our little couple? There they are. So when we're doing this, essentially the couple's going to be right here in the puzzle. So let's find them, and you can see they go there. And that's her head. Bam. Now you also, when you do this, you get this ridge line that goes up here. A little seam for the puzzle. So, let's see. Is that going to go that way? Well, it's not going to go that way. I mean, the tree's right here. It's got to... Oh, there we go. Goes outward. Keep forgetting that. Oop. So by turning the background off, though, you would make it more challenging in this situation where you're essentially looking right back at exactly what you need. And let's just do that real quick. Hide. Oh no, that's just hide background while rotating so that you don't get nauseous. So we don't care about that. Let's go to background options, image, dark. Let's see. Oh, that's upside down. Goober. Right there. So I really try and hold onto these two, because as you get close to where they go, it does that. It pulls it in. And that's your piece movement, speed, power, whatever. And I have it turned up because, as I've shown, I have a very hard time sometimes that pieces don't want to go where they're supposed to go. But other times, it'll pull the piece right out of your hand, or pull the puzzle right out of your hand and just connect things. So it's really kind of hit and miss with that. Just unfortunate. But again, despite any little glitches, I do recommend this. If you like puzzles and you're patient, it's rewarding. And I would say too, if you like puzzles, you're patient, and you have the slightest bit of know-how to be able to transfer your own photos over. You can also save stuff through the browser, but it's much easier, I think, just to transfer. Up your little score, get your little ball. Woo! Hi, ball. Alright. I just wanted to show one of those real quick. Now, I assume if I quit, that this save. Oh, I quit the whole thing. I didn't want to quit the whole thing. I just want to go to the main menu. Well, that was unexpected. Okay, I meant quit that puzzle, you silly thing. Alright. So I get resume, play. Can I have more than one puzzle going at a time? I don't know. Before I... Oh. That rearranged all my pieces. Oh. Wow. Okay. So that pisses me off extensively. And basically, like, I just don't even want to do this now. Because that was like 20 minutes of labor. A lot of times I will start with this off, do as much as I can, and then say, for instance, in the image I was just doing, when I get to like this all just blue sky, then I'll turn that on. And that way then I can use the edges more than the color. But it does make it easier, sometimes a little too much. So, yeah. Let's see, restart credits, basic options, credits. I should have credits for the, oh, we do, by Brett Jackson, jumblyvr.com. Cool. Music by Eva Kiss Music. Cool. Well, thank you, Brett Jackson, for Jigsaw 360. May not be perfect, but I appreciate it.